I got what I asked for, and today we have the brand new lore theme for the Midias series, and it is the Elven Notes, the first actual Elven theme in Yu-Gi-Oh! And before we do get into this, this is the home dimension of the Archmage Latera, which is actually pretty cool to see that she actually is going home and saving all of her friends. So let's get into it and let's talk about these cards. First up, we have the Elven Notes Lucina. She is a level 6 fire spellcaster effect monster with 2500 defense or attack and 1800 defense. And you can only special summon with the first effect of this card's name once per turn, and you can only use the second and third effect of this card's name each once per turn. You can special summon this card from your hand to your center main monster zone. During your main phase, you can add one Elven Notes monster from your deck to your hand, except Elven Notes Lucina. And during your opponent's turn, quick effect, you could switch the location of this card you control and the monster in your center monster zone. Then you could return one level 6 or lower monster your opponent controls to the hand. So being a compulsory evacuation device is very useful, being on an effect that would switch itself and another monster to the middle. So think of this like RPG elements where the leader switches of the party constantly. I really do like that, and this one being a way to add any of your Elven Notes monsters from the deck is really good. After that, we have the Elven Notes Diana, or Dina, whichever one. She's a level 6 water spellcaster effect monster with 2400 attack and 1800 defense. Okay. You can only special summon with the first effect of this card's name once per turn, and you can only use the second and third effect of this card's name each once per turn. You can special summon this card from your hand to your center monster zone. The 3 level 6s have that, so keep in mind. During your main phase, you can place one Elven Notes continuous spell from your deck on your field face up, so they learned from the Voiceless Voice series, so that's quite nice. And during your opponent's turn, quick effect, you can switch the location of this card you control and the monster in your center monster zone. Then you can banish one random card from your opponent's hand face up until the end phase. So kind of like a deep sea minstrel, but you don't get free knowledge. That's actually really good. And honestly, this card is all right. So overall, two very useful cards, and I can already think of Senate Switch being a card that you could utilize in this deck so you could get multiple names on the board. And finally, we have Elven Notes Fortuna. She's a light level 6 monster with 2200 attack and 1800 defense. And you can only special summon with the first effect of this card's name once per turn, and you can only use the second and third effect of this card's name each once per turn. You can special summon this card from your hand to the center main monster zone. During your main phase, you can place one Elven Notes continuous trap from your hand or deck on your field face up. And during your opponent's turn, quick effect, you can switch the location of this card you control and the monster in your center monster zone. Then you could return one face up spell or trap card on the field to the hand. Now, that's actually a really useful card, being a way to stop floodgates or stop cards that do something upon activation. So you could chain this, switch locations, bounce something back, and then you can have either her be triggerable to banish a card randomly from your opponent's hand, or have her just for a compulsory effect later on. Overall, the 3 level 6 monsters are really good, and now let's get to the new Power Patron. It is Elven Notes Power Patron. It is a level 1 Fire Fiend tuner effect monster. Fiend. This is searchable with so many things. That's going to be interesting. It has 300 attack and 200 defense, and overall, pretty good already. You can only use the second and third effect of this card's name each once per turn. You cannot special summon from the extra deck except synchro monsters, just like the previous two, being locking you into Exceed and Fusion monsters. During the main phase, you can target the monster in your center main monster zone, increase its level by 3 until the end of this turn, and then immediately after this effect resolves, you can synchro summon one Elven Notes monster or Junora, the Power Patron of Tuning. Okay, so you're going to be going into the level 7 here and the new level 10. So that's really good. If this card is sent to the graveyard as a synchro material, you can add one Elven Notes card from your deck to your hand. Being able to synchro into your 7 or up into the level 10 is really good. And on top of that, it allows you to add any Elven Notes cards from the deck to the hand. So overall, this is a really useful Power Patron. And next up, we have Junora, the Power Patron of Tuning. She is a level 10 Fire Fiend Synchro effect monster. This thing is huge. 3100 attack 3,800 defense, and it takes 1 tuner plus 2 non-tuner monsters. So you're running a supplementary engine in this. That is 100% for sure. This card's synchro summon. You could treat a monster in your center monster zone as a tuner, and you can only use the second effect of this card's name once per turn. If this card is synchro summoned, you can negate the effects of all face-up cards your opponent currently controls. And quick effect, you can make all opponent monsters in the same column as your Elven Note monsters unable to be used as material for a fusion, synchro, exceed, or linked summon until the end of this turn. This is a scary card because locking out of specific summoning is really good. This is like a spellbound or no material, I would think. And being able to use anything in your center main monster zone is really scary as a tuner. So that is one thing to keep an eye out for sure. So I think you're kind of going to be using a small Medea's package with this, and taking 2 tuners or 2 non-tuners is going to be really, really interesting to see. And then after that, we have the brand new Elven Notes Sephrim Stiltzia. What the hell? Stiltzia. It's a level 7 fire plant synchro effect monster with unknown or undefined attack with 3,000 defense, 1 tuner plus 1 or more non-tuner monsters. You can only use the second effect of this card's name once per turn. This card's original attack becomes 3,000 while in the center main monster zone. During the main phase, quick effect, you could special summon 1 level 6 or lower Elven Notes monster from your hand or graveyard. Then you could decrease the level of all level 4 or higher monsters currently on the field by 3 until the end of this turn. Also, you cannot special summon from the extra deck for the rest of the turn except synchro monsters. This is very, very useful to get into Junora, because you can make these the level 6s into level 3s, and you can use a level 1, a level 3, and a level 6 into the Junora. That's actually really good. And after that, we have the Elven Notes Homecoming Parallelism. It's a continuous spell card for the deck, and you can only use the second effect of this card's name once per turn. A monster in your center monster zone cannot be destroyed by card effects. You can send 1 monster from your hand or field to the graveyard, special summon 1 Elven Notes monster with a different original attribute from your deck and defense position. Also, you cannot special summon from the extra deck for the rest of the turn except synchro monsters. Okay, that's fair. Being able to swap out attributes is good, as you probably reborn them later on. Okay. Yeah, you can reborn it with Seraphim. That's actually really unique. Next up, we have the 11 Notes Chase Reunion Trisette. I am not familiar with this word here, Trisette. Yeah, Trisette. A set of group of 3 lines of a verse. Oh, yeah, it's music school. Oh, she went to school for music. These are music people. She's surprised, she misses her, and she's upset that she's back. Okay. This card gains these effects based on the attributes of monsters in your center monster zone. Fire and Earth. If your single monster attacks a defense position monster, inflict piercing battle damage. Water and Wind. Other face-up spell or trap cards you control cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. Light or Dark. You take no battle damage. This is alright. I don't think it's going to be played. It might be a one-of. But overall, Trisette's alright. Next up, we have Elven Notes Oracle Alice T. It is a continuous trap card, and they're combining their powers. You can only use the second effect of this card's name once per turn, and you cannot activate the first and second effect of this card's name in the same chain. Once per turn, you can target 1 face-up monster you control, move that monster you control to another of your main monster zones. When your opponent activates a spell or trap card, if you control 3 or more Elven Notes monsters, you can negate that effect. Then, if you control a synchro monster, you can destroy that card. This is a really good card that you could place off of Fortuna. because it allows you to shift stuff around. It allows you to have a negation of a spell or trap card. So overall, this is a well-rounded card. And next up, we have the other continuous trap being 11 Notes Maddening Rhapsodio or Rhapsodia. This is the synchro monster attacking them. And you can only use the second effect of this card's name once per turn. Your opponent's monsters cannot attack while you have a monster in your center monster zone except to attack it. Okay, so they must attack the thing that's in the middle. That's fine. You can send one monster from your hand or field to the graveyard, then target one 11 Notes monster in your graveyard with a different original attribute, special summon it. Then, if you control a synchro monster, you can negate the effects of one face-up card your opponent controls until the end of the turn. End of this turn. Okay, that's all right. Being able to send to special summon an elven notes with a different one. Okay. After that, we have the support for Archmage and Doomsday and Medeus. So Doomsday Changer is a normal spell card, and you can only use the first and second effect of this card's name each once per turn. Destroy one Doomsday card in your hand, deck, or face-up field except the Doomsday Charger. And if this card is destroyed by a card effect, you can add one Doomsday card from your graveyard to your hand, except another copy of it. Then you can special summon one Dooms monster from your hand. Overall, this is a really powerful card, and I think it definitely helps the deck with the consistency issues. And next up, and finally, we have Theorealize Liberation. It is a quick play spell, and you can only use the first and second effect of this card's name each once per turn. If you control a Medeus Appear, add to your hand or special summon one monster from your deck with 300 attack and 200 defense. During your main phase, you could banish the card from your graveyard, then target one face-up monster you control. It is treated as a tuner this turn. So what are some of the search targets we have for this specific card? Well, I luckily went through on Edo Pro to see what we have, and my lord, there is a lot. From the two power patrons, a lot of Skull Servant cards, you have almost every single Karibo card in existence. Then you also have Petite Moth, Decoy Dragon, and Metaphys Decoy Dragon. So yes, this is Metaphys support technically. Rex, Freight for Hire, Cyber Petite Angel. You have Worm Apocalypse, Stoic Prophecy. You have Abyss Actors and Gen X's here, along with Charming Resort Staff for Spiral. And you have many other options as well. But honestly, it is a very useful card because it gets to your power patrons as much as you can. And that is good for Medeus itself because you want to have the power patrons as fast as possible in all of the three decks. So overall, this is going to be the card that to watch out for in this set because it's going to be really useful for any deck that you want to run the Medeus engine in. But anyways, this has been a look at the new Elven Notes archetype from Burst Protocol. And tell me what you guys think about these down in the comments below, because I want to hear your guys' opinions. And honestly, overall, so far, it is really cool. And I can't wait to see how players adapt into this deck. But anyways, I'll see you all in the next video. If you all enjoyed this video, hit that like button down below. And if you want to show support, please hit that subscribe button as well. And I do also have channel memberships. And if you want to support the channel more, it would be much appreciated. Thank you to FGH for supporting the channel. And I'll see you all in the next video.